Hey everyone, it's Betsy here, and today we are going to take a look at negative exponents. This playlist is all going to be about properties of exponents. So, the first thing we need to do is tackle negative exponents. So here we go. Number 1, 3 to the negative 2. We don't want our exponents to be negative. It's just not proper math, so we need to get rid of them. This 3 is called the base, the negative 2 is called the exponent. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this into a fraction by putting a 1 under it. After I do that, since the 3 is on the top of the fraction and its exponent is negative, if I move it to the bottom of the fraction, the exponent becomes positive. If there's nothing left on top, you just put a 1 there. And then 3 squared is 9, so you get 1 over 9. Let's take a look at number 2. I have 1 over b to the negative 8. Making my fraction bar. Again, we don't want that negative exponent. We got a base to a negative exponent. To get rid of that negative exponent, we move the base to the top, and then we can change the exponent to positive. There's nothing left on the bottom. If you want to put a 1 there, you can. b to the 8th. So if the exponent's negative and it's on the top, you move it to the bottom. If it's on the bottom, you move it to the top. That's all there is to it. But let's do a few more examples. Number 3. 4m to the negative 2 times b to the negative 5 times c to the 4th all over a to the negative 2 times q to the negative 5 times l to the 1. Now you notice how I keep saying times. When numbers and letters are together like this, that means multiplying. So my advice to you as you're first starting out, anything that doesn't have an exponent, put a 1 there, because that 1 is understood to be there. So see this number 4? In reality, that's 4 to the 1. Everything else has an exponent. All right, so we're going to look at those negative exponents. If they're negative on the top, we're going to move them to the bottom. If they're negative on the bottom, we're going to move them to the top. So 4 to the 1, that's just 4. Leave it on top. M to the negative 2. That base is on the top and its exponent's negative, so move the base to the bottom, make the exponent positive. So we got these done. Now, b to the negative 5. The exponent's negative, move the base to the bottom, and then the exponent's positive. It's done with this one. C to the 4th. The exponent's already positive, so I'm going to leave it alone. A to the negative 2. That base has a negative exponent, so I'm going to put the base on top and make the exponent positive. Q to the negative 5. That base has a negative exponent. It's on the bottom, so I'm going to put it on the top, and now it's positive. And then I have L to the 1. It's already positive, so I'm going to leave it on the bottom. Again, if you want to put the 1 there, you could. Otherwise, it is understood. All right, number 4. 2/3 to the negative 2. This whole fraction is to a negative exponent. Both of these numbers are bases. That's 2 to the negative 2, 3 to the negative 2. So all you have to do is flip the fraction. And then it's to the positive 2, which is the same thing as 3 squared over 2 squared. 9/4. If you need to look at it a different way, you could have just broke it up like this. 2 to the negative 2, 3 to the negative 2. And then the base has a negative exponent, so move it to the bottom. The base has a negative exponent, so move it to the top. And that puts us right there. So whichever way you want to look at that. Number 5. I have 6 over 2 to the negative 3. Well, again, that 6 is to the 1. It's positive, so I'm going to leave it alone. If you want to put the bar there, go ahead. Now that base of 2 has a negative exponent. It's on the bottom, so I got to move it to the top. And everything, again, is multiplying, so it's times 2 to the 3rd. There's nothing left on the bottom. If you want to put a 1 there, you can. And then you got 6 times 2 to the 3rd. Remember, 2 to the 3rd, 2 times 2 times 2, 8. And 6 times 8, 48. How we doing, everyone? Hoo-hoo! Yay, yay, I know you're getting it. And if you're not, you're going to leave me some comments so I can help you some more. All right, one more for practice. 4m to the negative 3 q squared over 5 to the negative 1 p to the 4th l to the negative 2. There's my fraction bar. The 4 doesn't have an exponent, so we're going to put the 1 there for it. So the 4 is positive, leave it alone. If you want to worry about the numbers out front first, this base 5 has a negative exponent, so I'd have to move it up. And remember, everything's times. So now it's a positive 1. And you don't have to put the 1 there if you don't want to. M to the negative 3, the base has a negative exponent. It's on top, so we're going to move it to the bottom. Q is to a positive exponent. We're going to leave it alone. The P, the base P is to a positive exponent. We're going to leave it alone. And the L is to a negative exponent, so we're going to move it to the top. Now, 4 times 5 is 20. You got Q squared, L squared, all over M cubed, P to the 4th. I hope this was helpful. We're going to be using it throughout this playlist. If you need more help, just send me a comment or send me an email, and I'd be happy to help you. I hope you have an awesome day, and I would be very grateful if you subscribed. Thank you.